What's up guys, it's Ken. I had posted something to my story about my Accutane transformation and I got a lot of questions about it, so I figured I'd throw together a little video about my experience with acne and Accutane. And about a year ago, so November of 2018, I developed mild persistent hormonal acne all over my cheeks, all over my chin, my forehead. I would get like random ones on my back, like on the back of my shoulders. I would sometimes get them like on the back of my neck, like everywhere. Anywhere where I could get acne or pimples, I was getting them. And they hurt and they were deep and it was not good. I decided I wanted to go to my gynecologist and see if there was anything she could do to balance out my hormones for me. So I went to the gynecologist. She suggested let's try switching your birth control, because I honestly have not had a good experience with birth control. I've been on it for 5 years now. I haven't found one that really works for me. I've tried a lot of different pills, and so I was like, you know what, let's steer clear of the pills for right now. Let's try an IUD. I've heard great things about them. So November, December, January, I had pretty bad skin, but like it was still like doable. Like I could just throw on some makeup and like it would be okay, but like I still didn't like looking at myself, and I really wasn't used to it because I've never really had acne growing up. And I'm still on that random medication from my dermatologist, and I kept telling her like it's not working, like I'm seeing no difference, like my skin's getting worse and worse. And she just told me pretty much, we can only fix this with Accutane. So I got my IUD in February, and then I went back to my dermatologist in March, and she looked at my skin and she was like, what do you want to do? I really want to put you on Accutane, because at this point, from the IUD making my hormones freak out again, which I knew would happen, but my gynecologist told me that it would take about 3 months for my hormones to balance back out again. So I was like, you know what, like I think my skin's just getting used to the IUD, like please let's not do Accutane. Like I really don't want to do it. I'm really scared of it. I'm nervous about it. Like I don't want to do it. So my dermatologist really wanted me to go on Accutane in March. I told her no again. So she tried putting me on another medication. So I tried another one. So she had me come back to her in 2 months, and she was like, we'll follow up then. If it still hasn't cleared up, I really want to put you on Accutane. And I was like, okay, fine. If it hasn't cleared up in 2 months, because that will have been at least 3 months on the IUD, or with the IUD in, so it should have balanced out by then. If my skin's not better by then, I'll do it. My skin got so bad. My skin got so bad, so fast. Like I don't even know like how it happened. I would wake up every day with like a new pimple on my face. Like it was crazy. I'll insert some pictures so you can see how bad it got. It got bad really fast. It was really depressing. I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to do my own makeup. Every time I looked in the mirror, I wanted to cry. Every time I took a picture, I wanted to cry. I mean, I would cry. I cried like every night about it. I was so insecure about it. Just knowing there was nothing I could do to fix it was what was driving me nuts, because I knew it was a problem from within. It wasn't anything that I was doing necessarily. So it got really bad really fast. So in May, I went back to my dermatologist and I said, okay, fine, I'll do the Accutane. And so we started the process of doing all that. It takes about a month to prep for it, because you have to do a pregnancy test, you have to do it at like a lab, and then you have to get your blood drawn, and you have to verify that you're on 2 forms of birth control, because you cannot get pregnant on the medication. So I did all that, and then in the beginning of June is when I started it, and I actually went home for about 3 weeks in June. And so I started it. Nothing really crazy off the bat. I started on 20 or 25 milligrams, something like that, pretty low. Didn't notice any crazy side effects off the jump, I just had really dry skin. My lips were really dry, my throat was really dry, and my mouth was really dry, so I was really thirsty all the time, but I just carried around Aquaphor and water with me all the time and I was fine. I didn't notice much of a difference in my skin in that first month because it's like, they also say like your skin can get a lot worse before it gets better. I didn't really have that. My skin pretty much just started to clear up. I didn't really have like a real freak out to it, but I noticed it was starting to go away like really slowly in that first month. And so I went back. So you have to do a pregnancy test every month. I know some people say that they had to do blood work every month, but I didn't have to do that for some reason. I don't know why. So you also have to go back to your doctor every month just to make sure that everything's okay, that you're mentally okay, because it is really hard on your freaking head, man. And so I would go back to the doctor every month, make sure everything was okay. She would make sure I'm okay. She was really cool. I love my dermatologist. So yes, she was like, all right, well, I want to see more of a difference in your skin, and I'm sure you do too, so let's go ahead and bump you up to 40. So then she bumped me up to 40 milligrams. It was fine. July happened and it was all right. I started noticing days, random days, I would be really sad or feel really bad about myself, or I would be really tired. Like I would wake up and have no energy at all. Like I would just want to lay back in my bed after I literally just slept for like 10 hours. And so that was really hard to get through. And then that kind of progressed through August as well. But I found ways to like combat it. I still had the really dry skin that had actually gotten worse throughout the whole process, which is completely normal. Accutane literally just like makes you have no oil. So like I never had to wash my hair. I mean, like I washed it probably like once or twice a week, but my scalp was so dry that I couldn't wash my hair that much. I mean, I'd wet it and condition it and do all these hair masks to try and add moisture back into my hair, but my hair was really dry, my scalp was dry, my lips, oh my god, my lips were so dry. I mean, everything was dry. So I finished July. She decided to bump me up to 60 milligrams in August. So, oh, actually, no. She bumped me up to 50. So I was doing 50 milligrams in August. So I was taking 25 milligrams. This is what the package looks like that your medicine will come in. It's like this whole booklet. This is the only part that actually has the medicine in it. These are all the side effects and like the warnings of what can happen on this medication. So literally, like, you cannot get pregnant and they want you to know. But you know what? I wasn't gonna get pregnant anyways, so I didn't really care. August, I did the 50 milligrams, nothing too crazy, pretty consistent with how July went. And then I went back in September for my checkup and my skin was pretty much clear. Like it was pretty clear. She said like, I want to go ahead and try and knock out the rest. So let's bump you up to 60. She said, I usually don't go this high, this fast, but I think your body can take it. I think you can take it. And like, we want to get rid of this now. So she bumped me up to 60. So I was taking 2 of these 30 milligrams a day at dinner time. I just had like a lot going on in my life at the time. I was working a job that was 3 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It was an hour-long commute, so that job alone was tiring on my body and my mind, and Accutane was a lot on me too at the same time, and I was at a really high dosage for myself. And so I called my doctor and I asked her if it was okay if I microdosed. So I would take only a 30 milligram some nights, or some nights I would do the full 60, depending on how I felt that day. So that helped a lot. So that's what I did. Through September, my skin was pretty clear. Like I really wasn't getting any more pimples. I would get like 1 or 2 randomly, but that was it. So I went back to my doctor or my dermatologist in October, which was my 5th month, and this was a 6-month thing. She told me that I probably only needed 5 months anyways because my skin wasn't that bad. So I went back to her. She said, let's keep you on the 60 milligrams. It seems to be working for you. Continue to microdose. You know yourself the best. So whatever you feel comfortable with, take it. My skin was so freaking dry. Like, all I wanted to do was dive into a freaking bathtub of lotion all day long. Aquaphor was my best friend. I always had Aquaphor on me because my lips were so dry. One crazy thing that started happening to me that was really alarming was my vision was going blurry. So that started to freak me out a little bit. So I went to my doctor and she was like, just microdose yourself and like we can start to wean you off of it, because I was at my end. I was at my 6-month mark. My skin was clear, I was feeling good, I was starting to get my energy back, I was starting to feel better about myself again, I wasn't hating looking at myself in the mirror anymore. In September, I also went to the gynecologist and I got my IUD removed because I was really nervous that if I finished Accutane without getting that removed, that the acne would just come right back as soon as my hormones spiked, because I already didn't want the IUD anymore, not just because of my skin, but because of personal things, and it just wasn't a good fit for me. I haven't had any issues with my skin since coming off of Accutane. As you can see right now, I'm just dealing with a little bit of scarring that I'm trying to get rid of. But yeah, all I have on as a base is concealer right now. I'm really on top of myself about removing my makeup every night. I never sleep with makeup on. I've kind of learned that with my skin, personally, less is more. I use this Trader Joe's face wash. It's just their tea tree face wash. It's really light. I take my makeup off. I use either the Neutrogena makeup wipes or the Trader Joe's micellar cleansing wipes to take my makeup off. And then I use this. Oh, if I don't want to totally strip my face, so if I wash my face the night before, I wake up the next morning and I feel like, oh, my skin's a little dry, I'm about to go to the gym, I know I'm gonna wash my face when I come home from the gym, so I don't want to wash it again because I do want those oils to kind of be in my skin, because my skin is still pretty dry coming off of Accutane, so I don't want to totally strip my skin of all its oils. I'll use these. They're nice. They smell like tea tree. I love tea tree. It smells nice and clean. I'll use these. This moisturizer has been my best friend for the past almost year now. I just really like that it's not too thick. I don't feel like a grease ball when I put it on, but I do feel like it locks in the moisture enough. I'll also put this on. It is a matte sunscreen for acne prone skin. I'll do this mask whenever I feel like I need to pull a lot of the bad stuff out of my face. This is one of those black peel off masks. It works really good, kind of hurts, but it works. I do a lot of clay masks now. I do natural masks, vitamin E oil on my face too to help with my scars, because not only do I have acne scars, I have these scars from an accident that happened earlier in the year. I hope this can help someone make their decision on whether to go on Accutane or not. It's really not as scary as you think it is. You can take it day by day. It's a medicine. You can come off of it if it's too much. Don't stress about it so much. At the end of the day, Accutane made me feel so much better about myself. It cured all my acne. I don't have any acne anymore on any parts of my body. I think that wraps up my acne / Accutane story that I've been dealing with for the past year now, and hopefully don't have to deal with again, because I think I have everything in check now. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer them.